Hello, and welcome everyone to another episode of Third Action. I am your game master for the evening, Jason, and these are the same three exotic birds that were here last week. In the bottom left, we have Charlotte playing Asher Ford, level 8 Human Ranger.
Not release the birds, unfortunately.
In the bottom middle, we have someone who seems to be hoarding toilet paper and sunglasses? Will playing Greshy Ironroot, Dwarven Druid. And in the bottom right, we have Adam playing Gunn, Shough, Human Redeemer of Erastil.
I don't even know what.
I think Will's lost it. We've all lost it.
Oh no, my toilet paper, I need that. It's so important. You don't understand.
Dirty now.
The isolation has hit us all. I hope you're all doing well on this fine whatever day, afternoon this is. I've lost all track of time. But we're here to have... Yeah, it is Monday, I guess. we're here to have Monday? Some fun and play some Pathfinder with you guys. So,
it's hard to see.
Last week, maybe this is a little bit too intense for last week.
No kidding.
Last week, on Third Action, our heroes parted ways with the gnomish woman, gnomish wizard rather, that assisted them, Basta, in their investigation of the Skinsaw murders throughout the Magnemar and Sandpoint region. They then, as part of their investigation, were planning on maybe speaking to the mayor at some point, and were instead accosted by guards the very next morning, who brought them directly to the mayor's manor. Having spoken to Basta himself, the mayor was quite ecstatic with the idea that you had saved him from certain doom at the hands of the cult, and offered you quite a large sum of money to as payment for this courageous endeavor. When speaking to him, you mentioned that you had this this bit of evidence, this letter from someone who refers to Lucretia as their sister, that indicated some form of related plot going on in the village of Turtleback Ferry, to the far east, up the Yondokari River into Lake how do you pronounce this? Sirantula? Sirantula. We'll go with that. Up further north through the Skull River, and then there's Turtleback Ferry. You interested to hear this? He mentions that the local defense force, the Black Arrows of Fort Rannoch, have been having troubles as of late and had requested some additional assistance from Magnemar. Or rather, the locals in Turtleback Ferry had requested some additional assistance, as they had not really seen... they've been having some issues with the Black Arrows lately, basically. You agreed to take this on, in addition to your own investigations into whoever this is that's behind some perhaps additional set of murders, and accepted a payment that you could use to further your trip. You then kind of fucked around for a couple days, cleaning up some loose ends, attempting to set free some wild and exotic animals from the mayor's own personal zoo.
The birds remain trapped for now.
They do remain trapped.
We'll return when we're level 20 and release the birds.
Yeah, feel free if that's what you want to do. I don't know if many people can stop you at that point.
Oh, I meant to give my 1,000 money to that lady to learn her name, and I never did. I'll have to come back later.
You're right.
Well, the tea lady will have to remain nameless, as a couple of days later, you finally decide it's time to head out to Turtleback Ferry. You ride out on your horses and realize you don't have a map or any idea where you're going. You then return to town, and purchase a
we
map.
retconned that away.
No, we did not retcon that
No.
away. We're going
That
for
part was
maximum
canon,
humor.
sadly.
That was very
We
canon.
awkwardly went back into town.
You didn't go very far out. You like kind of ride out the gates like maybe like 5 minutes, and you're all like kind of assuming that each other knows the way.
You ever
And
walk into the
eventually-
kitchen and then you get there and you're like, I don't even remember what I came in here for.
Yeah, it's basically that. You all had this simultaneous realization that none of you know exactly where Turtleback Ferry is. You return to town, find a map, realize that it's up this river, and go about procuring a ferry ride instead.
Woo!
The ferry ride ended up being much cheaper than was initially quoted to you by the agent. He horrendously misread the number of miles it would take and completely misunderstood their rates.
Well, I
and
guess that's canon too then.
Yes, that is canon too. And after a bit of haggling, you finally managed to get the cost down to 3 gold per person, and boarded the ferry, which was leaving in a couple of hours. Was leaving at noon that day. You boarded the ferry along with your horses and your dog Phelan too. And I don't believe you were leaving anything in particular in your Magnamar townhouse, just I think a few of the chests that you accumulated. You also hired a housekeeper
And said
to
she'd
tend to.
party.
Yes, you told her that she could party
Party
or not
responsibly.
party, something along those lines. We'll see what happens.
We're gonna come back and it's gonna be trashed.
We'll have even more stuff than we left with.
It'll be just full of trash. Should be.
Yeah, cans and
Was
stuff. Asher will be like, oh.
Her name was Aurelia, and she is now.
Yes, she is Aurelia. So you now have before you, it looks like, according to their estimates, it should take you about 7 to 8 days to reach Turtleback Ferry. They have to do a lot of they have to do a lot of stops at a bunch of sort of smaller cities and towns along the way. But it should be a very easy, comfortable ride. It's about the same pace that it would take you to ride there, but it's a lot more relaxed and chill. So you guys have a good old week, basically, with which to laze about on a boat. The first day comes and goes. So you're on the boat. There's maybe a handful of other people on this ferry with you. It's a pretty decently sized ferry. It's meant mainly to transfer people, but they do have a couple of goods and things as well. Oh no, the toilet paper is back. Goods like toilet paper. Well, actually, no, they don't have do they have toilet paper in Pathfinder?
Would they?
What would they use?
3 clams?
I mean, nothing
3 shells
really.
method?
Water, probably.
Water?
Yeah,
Do
left
they have
hand.
bidets?
I mean, I think they
I
can
have
just use water and
prestidigitation, will be
rags.
fine. Don't worry about it.
Sure,
I
you
can't
just
believe
keep
they
a
have
bard on
bidets.
hand to presto.
You're gonna use that on everybody?
Everyone I just come across is just a little bit to clean in. It'll be fine.
Yeah, it's just like, you know how you have like sometimes in like a fancy posh place you have the like attendant in the bathroom. It's that,
That's
but it's
what
just
they're
like,
there for.
yeah, it's a level 1 bard who's just prestoing everyone's rear ends. So
I think it's
Ooh,
a bit
like
of-
Harry Potter. Magicking away the poop.
I've forgotten she said that.
They don't
All right.
need toilets.
Oh no.
let's walk away from this conversation and onto the boat. What would you guys like to do? You've got, each of you has a kind of a pretty small, well, there's basically like a set of bunks in the I don't know what you call the undercarriage of a boat, but the lower portions below deck. There we go. There's basically just some just rows of bunks that people can sleep in with some chests to put your belongings. You guys want to do anything in particular on your first day on the ship?
Nothing particular. Just trying to keep Phelan from getting too barred. So
Oh, how
if there's
big
enough
is
room to
he?
play fetch, that sort of thing.
How
do a
big
little
is
bit of
he to
that.
play fetch?
I mean, it's a boat. I mean, there's some room. It's just not going to be a lot
He
of room.
bounds and the whole boat just flips. It's like, oh
He's-
no.
Well,
He's not quite
I would
that
make
heavy.
him puppy-sized, and then we
Aw.
play fetch. That collar
Okay.
comes in handy already.
Yeah, so you use the collar to shrink him down to a more manageable size that's not as intimidating to the other guests aboard the ship.
He literally looks like a puppy. It's
Yeah,
quite
can
adorable.
you genuinely make him like look like a little baby and then he goes and kills things?
He wouldn't be quite as capable of killing things,
Oh.
but he does look like he does become puppy-sized when it's
So
activated.
cute.
So
how
Little puppy.
how long can it be activated?
indefinitely.
Okay.
But it doesn't change back into to regular size until I reactivate or disactivate it. So
If it were to get like dispelled, he would go to his full size, not to
Aye.
his.
correct.
Correct, yeah. Okay. So Greshy is mostly just keeping Phelan entertained. Asher, what would you be up to? Just kind of hanging out.
Myself entertained. I don't know. What do you do on a boat?
Asher
I
out
haven't
of
been on a
trouble.
boat
Probably what I'll be
before.
doing.
You could borrow my staff if you'd like. My my fence post, tie some string to it, see if you can catch some fish.
Ooh, I like that.
Since none of us have any actual fishing tackle, I imagine. Have to do. Nothing much.
Certainly not if
I
you
just have a
didn't buy any.
There's no hook.
Ooh, we have a bunch of. I have a bunch of old dirty hands and fingers. and stuff.
What?
Tied in string. Don't I? What do I have in
So
my jar?
I suppose I also have some lock picks that some picks that you could turn into a hook. A little bit of work on them. Wouldn't be great, but it'd be pretty, it'd be hook-ish.
What gross things do I have in my?
And then you could
inventory?
attach some fingers to it and see if you get any good piranhas or something. Jumping out at you.
This isn't the Amazon.
I don't know. What do you think's
What
gonna be
nice
eating
fish
fingers down here?
Will I get out of my weird hook and string?
Oh, I'm sorry, I don't know all of the flora and fauna of the river here. It's not like I'm, a druid from the city or something. Oh wait.
Okay,
What
so
fish are in the river? Whoops.
Not like
um,
both of you aren't trained in nature.
Just
That-
No
saying.
idea what you're talking about.
they're not. It's not a river druid and a river ranger. Okay, so Asher is going to attempt to rig up some fishing
The winged
apparatus.
fish.
Okay.
Very shoddy.
Yeah, give me a crafting check then, I guess.
Ooh. All right.
Can I assist on the crafting check?
Sure.
I'm
I'll try
somehow
and help.
trained in crafting.
I'll try and help make the what's it called? The
Oh
hook.
wait, you're supposed to assist
Or
first,
the
aren't
crafting
you?
check.
Well,
He is supposed to assist first, but that's okay. Oh, Jesus.
sorry, I just didn't get
Well, I
that.
got a 25.
I got a 29 to assist.
I got too excited about crafting.
Okay.
Is it a good pull?
Yeah, it's a nice. What are you even using exactly?
Oh, I was gonna lend her my staff.
Oh, your
And I have
staff.
Lend him my
Okay.
staff to, and then it was just more of a finding some string to tie it onto, and then
Some rope
attaching
and...
this, some rope, and then whatever Asher's got for bait, he can attach to this hook that we're making out of
I
a
have an
pick.
eyeball.
Asher uses the Greshy's staff to fetch some like floating bamboo or something.
Oh
out
yeah,
of
some
the
sort of
river.
driftwood.
Oh yeah, okay, that'll work.
Yeah.
Yeah, you fish out some some driftwood coming down the river.
Well, I guess I
use
have
that
the any
to
tool, but I don't know if I can
Something-
make like a rod with that.
well, once you have the rod, or once you have like a log or something in hand, not a log, like just a piece of driftwood in hand, you can use the any tool to whittle it down to
Oh, sweet.
a sort of makeshift fishing rod.
I'm just
And
gonna throw
then what are you
logs
using
into the water
for
at the fish.
what are you using for string or the line?
So I have some rope. I assume it's like the twisted rope that
Woven?
you can kind of
Aye.
like
Yeah,
pull.
it's like woven rope. So you could if you want, you could cut off maybe what's a reasonable amount, like 15 feet of
Yeah.
woven rope.
it off.
And basically just take out one of the strands and use that to MacGyver yourself a
Did we ever
weird
think to
fishing
ask
rod.
somebody who's actually on the boat if they had a fishing rod that we could borrow?
Nope.
No.
We're gonna craft one, Greshy. It will be ours.
All
Or
right. Let me also reduce
and then
my
you,
replacement lockpick here.
yeah, you use
my
one of Greshy's replacement lockpicks to form a makeshift hook. And then by the time this is all done, it is nightfall. And you're all worn out and exhausted, but it
Night
was a
fishing.
great adventure trying to figure this out. Gunn, is Gunn doing anything in particular on the boat?
I don't know. I'm pretty entertained.
Okay, so you're just kind of hanging out with
I'll
them
just
on
watch
deck,
these two
watching.
kind of muddle their way through trying to fish.
The two nature buddies.
Let's
I've
see.
never had to fish before. I usually just ask them, and one of them will come by. It'll be fine.
Like you
There's
died today.
there is
Ask them to come say
a
hi, and then Phelan goes and gets it.
there is a human family on board. It's like a mother, a youngish mother and father, like maybe in their 20s, and one small child, can't be more than 3. Just a little girl. She is like watching you enraptured, and she tries to get close a couple of times, but like her mom kind of shoos her away. She's just very excited about what you guys are up to.
That's fair. She probably shouldn't come by. We probably smell pretty bad here. So.
I had a bath in the last 20,
been-
48, 72 hours.
Well, there
Roughly.
were 3 days that passed between then and now. So
72 hours.
Yeah.
That's okay.
96. I would say 96 hours since your last bath.
Eventually the
72.
Why are we using hours?
I don't know. I really
So I
don't know.
restarted.
Yeah, eventually the ship chef brings by some simple food. It's basically just like dried meats in a stew, or some slop. It's nothing great. You've certainly had better, but it'll do for now. They provide you with breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's pretty cheap. Well, I mean, it's free for you guys since you already paid, but yeah. So you guys make your way down the river, and by nightfall, you I'm not even showing the map for our friends on the
Oh,
internet.
There we are.
Here we are.
Put this back.
So
in
you
that
guys
block.
made your
Thanks
way
so much.
down the river towards your ultimate destination, Turtleback Ferry, all the way over there. Okay, so one day passes, and today it was Moon Day the 28th. Today will be the 29th of Lamachan, Toil Day. The 29th. Okay. So today, Asher and Greshy have made this fishing rod. What do you guys want to do today?
We should use it.
All
Go
right.
right ahead. I'll watch. Should be
Hold
fun.
on.
Give me a, what is this? This will probably be a survival check.
Ah, that would make sense.
A natural 20 for 34.
Okay.
They're all like
These are the important ones. That's for damn sure.
Does
what-
does Asher have a god? By the way, does Asher worship the lady?
Who?
Maybe?
That is a mystery, isn't it?
I don't believe Asher has stated. I know the answer, but I don't believe Asher has stated either way.
I also know the answer.
Who's the god of luck in the Pathfinder?
Oh, I feel like
It's not
Desna's has some luck going on. I can't think of this offhand.
It's not Caden Kyleel, is it? He's more about drink.
Caden Kalian?
Yeah, Caden Kalian.
No, I don't think so. Caught me off guard.
Well-
Can look it up.
If you haven't decided, then it seems like the god of luck is just
Desna, I guess.
has a special place in his or her heart for you.
That's very sweet. For silly
Uh,
things too, like sawmill knowledge and
Yes.
whatever this roll
No,
was
no, no. These are
for.
all important things. It's fine.
Oh yeah. So what are you
Well-
using as bait? You're just using the random monster bits and things that you've
That's the
collected.
thing about.
Yeah, my rotten monster bits.
Okay,
At least
go ahead
those will
and
be gone after this.
yeah, go ahead and use up a bunch of that. We'll say that for the next couple, for basically the rest of the trip, you are fishing up a storm. Yeah, so much so that we'll count that as potentially money, if you want. Otherwise, you can just have a bunch of fish. But they're biting on these fingers and toenail clippings and whatever else you got stored up in that bag.
There were
are-
toenail clippings, weren't there?
Yes, there were. There
Yeah.
was a jar of them. Oh dear.
As you guys make your
Dear.
way down the river this day,
The rangers
Asher.
know.
you catch a good, I don't know, like 20 fish of various sizes. Most of them in the kind of like medium small range, but these would fetch a lot on the market. Even the chef actually asks to buy a few of those off of you, and I'll include that in the final sale price or
Perfect.
final earned amount. But
We can eat the fish.
I mean, that was the point, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. We could look at them too. We can lay them out on the deck,
You just wanted to assemble like an assortment to
gaze at them,
just to gaze at lovingly. Look at all the fish flopping around there.
make an encyclopedia of fish, memorize each fish.
Now fill the bag of holding with water from the.
And then we can just put the fish in the.
Yeah, and then the fish go in.
There's so much in there that would be bad.
Would
be so
wash
bad.
it.
So
Mostly
let's
should
see.
Wash it anyway.
All right, I think. Okay, so as this day passes, you can see the sky is getting a bit cloudier. There's definitely storm clouds way off in the distance towards the mountains. The weather is growing chillier. It's a good maybe 10-degree drop from where you were in Magnamar just 2 days prior, or a day and a half prior. So the next day is Lamachan the 30th.
And I
believe we
should
call
say I'm
this.
investing in my stone every day because I have to do that for a week.
Okay. Invest away. So today is Wheel Day, Lamachan the 30th, the second to last day of Lamachan. And in fact, it is the night of Allbirth. But since none of you guys are really practitioners of Lamash 2.
Well, I imagine that it's not something that only Lamash 2 worshipers
No,
worship.
certainly like children, and it is effectively a Halloween or something similar. But nobody here on this boat seems to be practitioners, so it just wouldn't really come up.
Give away fish as candy.
You get salted candied fish.
Here you go, children.
But on this Allbirth's Eve, you guys continue your way along the river until you reach Wartle, a small fishing village at the sort of junction of the Yondabakari River and whatever this other river is. I forget what it's called. The Lampblack River, I guess?
Lampblack.
Yeah. So by nightfall, you guys reach Wartle. The family gets off here. A couple of the other guests hop off. Only one seems to be staying for at least a longer leg of the trip. He is a half-orc male, long silvered hair, seems rather learned. He's been basically reading a book this whole time, rather large, thick, heavy book, that no name visible on the spine. He's been keeping to himself. He's mostly just been down on his bunk for most of the day. He comes out basically when people are eating, and that's pretty much it. A couple of new faces board here at Wartle. In particular, there's a somewhat shady looking guy. He's a half elf, short cropped, hazelnut hair, kind of piercing blue eyes, but he's wearing this kind of tattered brown cloak, and his eyes are just very shifty. He's definitely keeping to himself. He's like keeping his hands underneath his cloak at all times, and he makes his way as far to the back of the beds as he can, and he seems to kind of stay there. Two more families board, both of these human. One of them is just an elderly couple, probably in their 70s, 80s. They just seem to be along for the ride, I guess. It feels like they're tourists, based on how they seem to be enthralled by the idea of getting on a ship, or on any kind of water-faring vessel. There we go.
Mm-hmm. I haven't been out to my house in 50 years.
Yes, exactly that.
All thanks to coronavirus.
And then there's also about 5 laborers of varying races. There's a dwarf, 2 humans, a gnome, and a halfling. That might not have added up to whatever number I said, but there we go. They seem to be on their way to some kind of construction gig. And that's it. So that is your wheel day, right? Wheel day. Yes. Okay. Unless anybody wanted to do anything on that evening, we shall move on to Oath Day. Lamashon the 31st. Not the 301st, the 31st. There we go. You continue your trek. Asher is still catching mounds and mounds of fish. Some of the dock workers have brought their own fishing rods, and they're not getting nearly as much success as you, Asher.
Gotta use disgusting.
They laughed at
rotting
first.
pieces. Everyone made fun of me.
He's got a string.
For
He's tying
weeks.
fingers to the end of a string to the end of a fence post. And
They
then pulling
love
out these
lich
fish.
fingers.
Pulling out like massive river bass and salmon and all sorts of weird shit. It's very bizarre, and they're just kind of staring. They've gotten maybe 1 or 2 bites amongst the bulk of them, and you have just been you got like another 15 catches today.
Easy.
As you guys continue your way along the river.
As we're going, I just like to keep track of where people are going as best I can. I don't trust any of these people.
Yeah.
I may have had some
I'll do
run-ins with some
some-
doppelgangers as well, and I'm a little worried that we may not
Also
have.
some people watching and eavesdropping as well, casually.
Okay. Give me perception checks, both of you, then.
I don't trust any of these
All right.
bastards. Maybe
There it
there
is.
it goes. That's a 32 total.
30 for me.
Okay, so 30 and 32. You, Greshy and Gunn are not very trusting of these new passengers, and have been just casually keeping an eye on all of them, trying to keep tabs of where everybody's going. The half-orc seems to still be just reading his book. Today he was actually out on deck, reading for a bit in the morning, and then once everybody came up to do fishing, he went right back down. He seemed bothered by the noise, the rowdiness of the workers. The human family, both of the families were up above deck most of the day, until basically until nightfall, when they start to head down when it gets kind of chilly. Not much interesting there. They're just kind of taking in the sights, enjoying the ride. you hear that the elderly couple is on their way to Turtleback Ferry. And they mention, I think, yeah, both of you would catch wind of this. They mention that they're excited to take the turtleback rides. And one of them wonders, do you know if they're real turtles? And no, dear, you idiot. They just hollow out the backs of giant turtles, and they take those across the river. Oh, I see. I thought they were real. I was really excited for that. And they kind of go back and forth about this for a while.
No, you idiot.
Let's see. And then the shifty guy, he stays below deck most of the day. He does pop up once. And again, both of you succeeded at this. He kind of goes to the opposite side of the boat. Everybody else is kind of near the front. He makes his way to the aft and is just kind of staring out over the water. He, at some point, he pulls out a dagger, unsheathes it, and is like looking at the blade. And then kind of sheathes it again, puts it away. Give me, well, nah, this is a critical success from both of you. Both of you notice on his neck, at one point he takes down the hood of his cloak, and you can both see at his neck just behind his right ear, there is a small tattoo of what looks to be a 7-pointed star.
I guessed it, but I didn't want to say it out loud. But
A new friend.
Well.
Then he doesn't seem to do anything suspicious. He just he stays up there for a bit and then goes back down
Has he
below deck.
taken note of us at all?
Good question. What are your stealth modifiers?
Good question.
Or, what's your passive stealth? So 10 plus stealth.
Stealth is up here.
Stealth DC, that's what we call it.
23 would be my DC.
23, okay.
this many.
3? Well,
I'm
13.
So 13?
13
Yeah,
total?
13.
Okay. So 13 is what... he doesn't seem to notice Greshy, but at some point, as he's coming back, he turns and sees Gunn kind of staring at him, and kind of shifts and adjusts his hood back up. And just
I'll,
kind of... He's like rushes to make past you.
I'll make a casual comment. Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. You got nothing to worry about.
Dar told you.
He just kind of grunts and kind of darts past you. Not full runs, but he just kind of does the
Right.
fast walk, like he doesn't want to talk to whoever you are.
Okay.
Okay. So that was that day. Unless you guys want to do anything additional.
I mean, I might take Gunn aside and just...
Oh, sure. Go ahead.
Next time you try and talk to the man, use your necklace.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Aye.
Just kind of pull that out of the next time we see him.
Doesn't seem to be knowing who we are yet, so may not know any better. I thought. Anyway,
Okay.
we tried the fish Asher's caught.
Good fish.
The fish is a lot better than what they had been making on the ship before. So suddenly the meals have improved like tenfold. And I believe we're now moving onward to Fire Day, the 1st of Neth.
No wonder.
Neth is named after Nethys, the god of... Ooh, what is he? God of knowledge and secrets
Magic?
and magic.
I believe it's magic.
Yes, I think he's got a lot of domains, but basically magic and knowledge.
Magic and destruction and knowledge. He does it all.
Yes.
So-
And this
Slices,
is
he
our
dices.
this is our equivalent of November. It's the last month of fall.
I'm gonna get out from the pack
Mhm.
the Lamashtu book that we have that tells about all kinds of like sinful creatures. Remember?
Oh yes,
Mhm.
yeah. You picked this up
Um,
in Thistletop,
from,
I
I
believe.
think- Yeah, I think we got it from what's her name? Boss
Nualia.
lady.
Yeah, I believe she
Nualia.
had this book. I don't 100% remember, but yes, I believe so.
I'm going to camp out where this orcish guy. It's the orcish guy, right? It's a half orc.
The half orc who's reading the book. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's different from
Well,
the
and who-
super shady guy.
Oh, the shady guy's the one with the tattoo.
Shady guy is the one with the tattoo. He's the half elf.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was the half orc.
Yeah, no, the half orc is
a
just
studious
yeah.
recluse.
Okay. I was gonna pull that book out and read it where. Well, I'll go where either one or both of them tend to walk during the days, but mostly the half elf guy, and I'll just be there like visibly reading that, and I'll have the medallion out.
Okay, so you've like
And I will
untucked the
actually
medallion
read it.
from your shirt. Okay, sure. So you're reading about Lamashtu's gifts.
And- Yeah, fantastic beasts. And
Yeah, fantastic
Where to
beasts
find them.
of
Where how to summon
Lamashtu.
them.
Oh my.
Okay, so that'll like improve your knowledge of strange beasts. But let's see if the guy. He doesn't come up much during the day on this day, so it's cold and it's starting to drizzle a bit. Most people are kind of staying under the ship.
Okay.
Then
I'll find a
When
place where he probably would go. That's inside and kind of cozy.
Sure. I was going to say that eventually the rain, the drizzle kind of stops and people kind of shift up on the deck. And that seems like a good point as any to
Okay, yeah.
take out the book and start reading. You're kind of reading down below, but he's not really noticing you because he's really far back. You'd have to like go walk up to him specifically. And there's not a lot of
Like
room.
jam it in his face.
Yeah. There's not a lot of room down there in between the beds basically. But you try to like you pull it out and read it near him. He does see you at some point, but kind of. I guess he just very quickly averts his gaze and moves past you and goes about getting his food. It's
Right.
probably around lunchtime when this
I have
happens.
that medallion out too.
Sure, he probably he like his eyes catch it for a moment.
Okay.
And
That's
his
good.
eyes like track to you, but then he just kind of slips past you.
Okay.
But you do have the medallion out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so after that guy passes you, one of the construction workers comes up to you. He's like thickly built, strongman type, like chiseled jaw, kind of a dark black mullet going on. And he just comes straight up to you, like walks straight at you, stops, kind of looks at the medallion, and like, hey, bro, nice. You went on the ship too? And he like turns and flexes. He like pulls up his sleeve a bit and flexes his Sahedron tattoo.
Everybody's doing it these days.
Well, not much anymore. I heard the whole thing went down. You know of any
Yeah.
other place I can get some action? I haven't had a place to, I've got gold ready to spend, you know?
Where do you think we're going?
Well, we got to go to Turtleback to get a job done, but as far as I know, there's no Paradise is long gone.
Well, there's some folks up there working on bringing it back.
Really?
Bringing it again.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. That Lucretia chick, I heard she died. She was the one who's running the place, yeah?
Lucretia. I haven't heard that name before. No, it was.
Then how'd you get that? You could only get the stuff if you were a good pro member. That means you've been there a lot, right?
You have the wrong person. I said it was Zanisha.
Sorry, it's me laughing, not him. Sorry, man. I don't get it. You're a little bit weird, I think. You okay? Is this shit getting to you?
Sisters.
He kind of.
I guess they're sisters. I'll say. Just slap him on the shoulder and laugh a little bit.
Okay, he just kind of walks past you then. Yeah, he just moves past and seems very confused. He looks back at you with like what the hell was that kind of expression?
Did we get the name Lucretia from any of our letters?
Not that I remember. That's a new name to me.
Because
She's
Jason
the sister.
said it. Jason said it during the recap instead of Zanisha.
Shit, did I?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Jason.
I didn't even catch that.
Good catch. Good catch. Good catch.
But,
Apparently they are
that's
two
a little
different people.
meta, but whoops, my bad.
that's okay. We got it now.
Well, I mean, the man said it, so we now know who we're going after. Some person named Lucretia who's dead, though. So I'm not sure if we're going to get much out of that.
She?
To
I mean,
answer
you're
you,
probably right.
No, I don't believe any letters said anything about a Lucretia.
No, I don't
Yeah,
recall her
check.
Lucretia.
Letter to a sister doesn't say any name.
No, it doesn't. So, well.
Oops. But I'll say Gunn has enough suspicion that these names are very similar that there
that's why-
very much could
That's
be
why
a
I said to the dude,
relationship.
they're sisters.
Yeah. So I think
Oh,
it's fair for Gunn to
I
jump to
guess-
that.
I said I guess they're sisters.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so far you're just standing there by yourself thinking about what all this means.
Mm-hmm. I'll
Well,
find,
Asher's
the
fishing.
rest of I'll find the other folks later tonight, but I'm still reading my book.
Okay. Eventually the rain starts to kick in a bit. But as nightfall settles in, dies down a little bit more, and Gunn taps the others on their shoulders and kind of motions to go up above deck. And you make your way to the back of the ship and kind of huddle close.
What?
These brothers of the Seven, they must be a little more like ubiquitous than we thought. They're just coming out of the woodwork. Aside from that guy we saw, who has not said anything yet, one of the workers asked if I got this medallion from someone named Lucretia, who was giving it out to premium members until Paradise was destroyed. Sounds like some kind of culty nightclub.
Something like
Sure.
that? Culty nightclub. So Paradise being destroyed, that sounds a lot more End of the Worldish, doesn't it?
Yeah. Premium members, VIPs, and he said he signed up. He had a tattoo to get some of the good stuff.
What's the good stuff?
I don't know.
Supposed to be.
They're dealing in some sort of. Okay, let's see. We got greed, gluttony, sloth, envy, pride, lust, and wrath. Maybe there's somebody who's harvesting gluttony in the form of cult drugs, evil magic drugs. Just see what
Perhaps.
sticks.
Perhaps. Not sure. Well, I'll keep an eye out and see if this one. Which were the workers? Was it? Do you remember?
No, a big dude. So
Big dude,
they're all
okay.
big, I'm sure.
Well, I'll see if any of them.
I probably would recognize him again if I saw him. So I'll.
Oh, sure. I'll keep an eye
Yeah,
out
there's
and
only
see if
some
any of them interact with the shifty guy. Asher,
Good
you
idea.
can keep fishing, I suppose, if
yeah,
you want.
Asher, just keep fishing.
I'll keep fishing.
I mean,
my
you can
simple
keep an eye out
task.
if you want. Maybe keep them distracted a bit.
Look
Seems
at
that's
this fish.
Look at this fish and don't mind as I go through and look to see if you've got a tattoo, a 7-pointed star. Actually,
It's like, anyone got any cool tattoos you want to show me?
maybe not the best way to go about it, Asher. But I mean,
I'll
if you
show
see,
off my tattoos. I'll be like,
do you have tattoos?
I don't know. What a mystery.
I literally asked you straight up. Do you not know?
I actually believe Asher's "I don't know" is probably the truth.
I don't know.
When's the last time you took your clothes off?
I sleep in my clothes.
He actually doesn't know whether or not he has tattoos.
I sleep in them. I bathe in them.
I
My
don't
clothes
even know
come
what to
with
do with this man. Oh my goodness.
I
Asher
haven't
is the
seen my
Pathfinder
body in
equivalent of a
years.
never nude.
Well, if you happen to see any more of them tattooed with such a star, just let us know. Since you've been hanging out with them so much.
Yeah.
And just keep an eye out and make sure we don't get jumped. I don't like being surrounded like this.
Okay. The steam pours out from the, I don't know, the chute. The ship chute. My ship terminology is really bad, sorry.
Goes toot.
There's a horn, a toot, toot, toot. It goes as you guys, as the ship pulls into Whistledown. Sorry, Whistledown? Whistledown. There we go. Whistledown. Where the ship stops for the night. One of the human families disembarks. The half-orc disembarks as well. Seeming to be their stop. Is that about it? A merchant, human woman, maybe in her 40s. She looks she has like very sharp eyes. Has a very intense kind of aura about her. And she's got dark black hair tied up into a ponytail. So it just runs like the length of her back. And she has a bodyguard on her, with her, a rather tall, burly half-orc woman, with short cropped hair dyed red, with some kind of like red face paint as well. The two of them seem to have a small cart of wares that they're loading onto the ship. And they managed, they seem to have paid for like a private cabin, which you didn't even know was an option on this ship.
Would have been nice to know, but
They make their way over to their private cabin. And then the day turns over unless anybody is going to do anything.
Can I tell what kind of wares they're loading on?
Sure. Give me a perception check to see if you can spot it.
Discern. Sure.
Discern.
That's going to be this button. That will be a 26 total.
You're not sure exactly what they're loading, but they seem to be, all the crates are marked with fragile. So they could be glass, they could be They're probably glasswares, perhaps
Bombs.
bombs.
Bombs and bongs.
Bombs tend to not to be made of glass. They're probably made more with like leather skins and stuff.
Hey, but they're pretty fragile. You wouldn't want to
Sure.
be breaking those.
That's true. That's true.
I think that was more what was going on there.
Yeah, but they're clattering like they're glass jars or something.
All right,
clinking
so it's
against each other.
bongs. Got it.
Yeah, definitely bongs.
Mhm.
For sure. So today we're moving on to Star Day Neth the Second. Today, as you guys pass through Lake Sarantula, great name for a lake, by the way.
Oh yes.
The rains don't seem to really be stopping. They start as a drizzle. It's getting colder and colder. And they're just constant all day. It's just a constant sad drizzle. The elderly couple stay below deck all day, as do most of the other people. Asher still comes up for fishing, as do a couple of the construction workers. And Asher continues to have his amazing haul. Do you guys want to do anything in particular on this day? Or shall we continue?
Still keep an eye out on whether I can tell if any of the construction workers are interacting with the shifty half-elf person.
Sure. Let me see. Your perception bonus is a 16, so let's roll it.
Greshy, do you have any spells that would let us communicate silently?
I do not. I can have an animal send you a message, but
No,
not quite in the manner you're thinking of.
that won't work. So, by the way, I picked up a few items before we left town. I picked up a lifting belt and a cloak and boots of elven kind.
Mhm.
I'm thinking of trying to go through this guy's stuff, the shifty half-elf, using the invisibility cloak.
So before you do that,
Last
maybe
10
just
minutes.
try to talk to him.
I don't necessarily want to tip him off.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but the other one
Sure.
was more than willing to talk about what his tattoo is about.
Sure. But coming up here and asking questions about his, secret group could get us flagged before we even get there.
All right. Well, just if you're gonna do it, don't get caught.
So,
What do you need? I can do a couple spells if you need. Going to be kind of obvious if I do, though.
no, I was just going to ask you to send me a message somehow if he starts heading back to his cabin.
Yeah, I don't really have a way to do that. Best I could do would be to have Phelan start barking all of a sudden.
Little puppy barks.
Sounds better than nothing. You can just you tell him to bark, and then you tell him, "No, Phelan, bad." But
Have him go and lick
but
the
actually
guy's
keep
face.
barking.
Okay. All
You
right.
need
Well,
you need like a signal for Phelan that tells him to do the opposite of what you're saying.
we'll see. I'll try and get that to work. I think we can pull it off.
So that we can do the bad dog routine. Like, I just can't take him anywhere.
Good dog, bad dog. All right.
We'll wait until the shifty guy, goes to the deck to do his shifting stuff that he does. To shift.
Mhm.
Okay. So the entire day passes without anyone really going up above deck, considering the constant rain. So you do wait for this to happen, but you never really find a good opportunity. He always seems to be down below deck with everyone else.
Asher's getting clean.
Asher is getting clean. Yet another day
Debatable, but
bathed
all
in the
right.
the waters of the heavens. As you dock at Ilsurian, another of these port cities along the river. You're now making your way up the Skull River to the north, out of Lake Sarantula.
Well, then-
And oh, sure, go ahead.
I just keep picturing a spider knight.
Yes.
We could have Greshy try to talk with him while I go through his stuff, or we could do this the proper way and just switch. Because you have the better stealth, and I have the better diplomacy.
Perhaps you could just talk to him. I get what you're saying about going through his stuff, but I don't know that there's any need to if we can get on his good side. He might just be willing to tell us what the deal is.
Well, tell you what. Why don't you take this cloak temporarily anyway?
Okay, sure.
You touch here, and you put the hood up.
All right.
You'll be invisible for 10 minutes.
Convenient.
Chat
Especially
wants you to do it the other way around, by the way. They want you to do it the hard way.
They're not wrong. It's much more entertaining the other way. Not saying it's a good idea, it's just more entertaining.
I'll try and keep him busy. I'll ask him to come and speak to me before we get there.
All right, sure.
And I'll invite him to up above so we can talk in private. Especially if it's still raining, no one will be able to hear us over the rain.
But you can't lie very well.
I'll manage to diplomatize him.
Uh-huh. All right. This is not going to work out very well for any of us, but...
I like how
that's-
Ash just doesn't know what's going on. He's just fishing. He's like
Asher's
having a
the
great
innocent
time.
soul over there, just
Fishing with his
doing the right
friends.
things.
Below
Also-
deck, things are going on.
So to be clear, at this point, you guys, it's like you've already docked and
Yeah,
some
yeah, we're
people
talking
are
about doing
gone
this
to sleep.
tomorrow.
We're talking about tomorrow. Okay.
Aye.
Okay. So, let's see, what day was it? We were on Star Day, Neth the 2nd. I believe we're going on to Sunday. Sunday.
'Cause we're
Neth
figuring
the
this is
third.
the last day of the trip, right?
Aye.
Yeah, it seems like it could take 1 or 2 days more, depending on how rough the waters are. But the ship departs early in the morning. No one gets on or off. Everyone seems to be bound for Turtleback Ferry. As you make your way up the river. The rains are still constant today. But the ship is making good time. You're about halfway there at midday. You can see up the rise, there's the massive lake just before the ferry, or just before Turtleback Ferry. And in the distance, you can see the Wyvern Mountains just beyond the forests. There. Do you guys want to enact your plan?
I guess so. Let's give it a whirl.
So I'll invite that. I'll find him and I'll just say, come speak with me for a minute. You have.
Sorry, I don't want to have anything to do with you.
I'm just a little nervous. I have some questions I think you might be able to answer.
Gotta get into
I-
character. There
Yeah,
you
I
go.
have to put on the hood over my headphones. It's weird.
I don't
Sorry,
want to talk
would it-
about it here, though.
Oh, yeah.
Or she's just waiting.
What, you got some kind of job for me or something?
Well, actually, I'm here for a job myself, but no, I'm just a little worried. Could I
What's your outfit currently?
regular clothes, like traveling clothes?
Okay.
And the
Give
signature
me.
medallion. That, like, I'll still have the medallion, but it's tucked into the.
Okay, sure. Yeah, give me a diplomacy check as you try to make this request of him.
Would you say it's a unreasonable request?
I don't think it's
Shameless?
unreasonable.
Do you think it's okay,
Uh,
diplomacy.
I mean, the shameless request bit happens at the end, regardless
Yeah,
of
yeah.
whether or not the
I've got a
request
I've
was
got a
actually shameless.
27.
A 27.
27 on the dice.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. He looks at your clothes and then back at you.
Say,
Fine, but you better make it quick. And he stands up from his cot and makes his way up the stairs.
Whoosh.
He looks back, expecting you to follow.
I'll follow him.
Okay. The two of you head up the stairs into the rain. Meanwhile, Greshy.
I put on my robe and my hood, and
Oh.
thought that was going someplace else. I know. And I will try and sneak in and see what the man might have had amongst his belongings that he left behind.
Okay, so you walk on over. This is a deception check.
Ah, sure.
Because to be clear,
Well,
you guys are all in the same kind of bunk bed area where
Mhm.
literally all the passengers are. There's other passengers
I'm also
here.
invisible right
Greshy
now.
can go.
Wait, where did you become invisible at?
That's a good question, actually. So if we're all in the bunks together,
Yeah,
Then
it's one set of
go-
bunks, and except for the couple of separate rooms that like the merchant lady seems to have.
all right. Well, then I would try my best to see when people were not paying attention to me, and then I just put my hood up and have it activate the invisibility. That
Okay,
so
what's your stealth modifier?
modifier is 13.
13. Okay.
The cloak adds 1 by itself.
Aye. So I guess it'd be 14.
Okay. So you wait until some point in time when people are looking away. It takes about 10-15 minutes to find a good opening after Gunn has gone up. So let's go to Gunn and see what's going on there.
See if I get a chance. All right.
You might not at that, but
Well, we'll find
might
out.
have to be a little bit quicker. So when we get up to the rain, I'll say,
So you guys make your way to the back of the ship, and rain is
Yeah.
coming down.
looking out over the water, saying, just,
Mhm.
well, I've been hired to come up here and do a job, but nobody will tell me what it entails. And I'll kind of fiddle with the chain of the medallion. I'll say, even down in Magnamar, they don't know what's going on here.
So the guild sent you up here on a job without telling you what it was.
They just said, come find Lucretia. She will know.
He laughs. The guild wants you to take out Lucretia. Well, they're a bit late on that one.
Take out. I thought she's the client.
He looks at you very quizzically again.
I thought she was hiring us. We were to report to her. You're not who I thought you were.
Who do you think I
I'm
am?
accusing him of.
Turn that
Wait,
around. All right.
Exactly who do you think I am? Don't you work with the guild?
Yes, I thought you saw your mark, and I figured you must be rather important to wear it on your skin.
My mark? What mark?
On your neck, where your hood goes. I watch.
What, this?
I'll nod.
I don't know who you are, friend, but I'm not part of your crazy cult. And he's gonna turn and start walking away.
I'll say, wait, you're not. Oh, thank God. Hold on.
You're testing my patience.
I'm.
What do you want?
I've. How to explain? I'm also. Why do you have the star if you're not part of the brothers? Because I have this one.
The brothers?
I
Who are
may-
the brothers?
The cult that worships the seven.
The seven what?
The,
You're clearly out of it. And he turns and I don't know
let
how
me
much
do
Pesh
it.
you've done, sir, but
let me
you
do
should-
a sense motive on this guy to see if he's just really good at playing dumb.
Sure. What's your perception modifier? 12. 12 is your
Plus
total.
12.
Plus 12. He seems genuinely befuddled by what on earth this conversation is, and he just seems very confused.
Huh.
But he's gonna walk back away at this point. And he comes down the stairs, and by this
I was
point,
sorry to
oh,
waste
yeah,
your time. And I'll just keep looking out over the water. I'm gonna stay here.
okay. So this probably
Don't think that would have
takes-
been long enough.
It took
Yeah,
like 2-3 minutes plus travel time. Yeah.
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 Greshy, you see, as you're still waiting for a good opening, when like the old couple isn't like sitting right in front of you, or eventually you just see him come down the stairs. You've missed your window of opportunity.
All
And he
right.
makes his way back to his bunk and sits down and mutters something to one of the dock workers who's I keep saying dock workers. One of the construction workers who's sitting, who's in the bunk right next to him.
Is it the same dude? I don't know.
Does it appear that the same dude has that tattoo on his arm?
Perception check.
Sure. It's over here under that one. 25.
25. Ooh. Let me consider that. No, you don't see any particular. He does seem to have quite a few tattoos. This guy's a lot thinner than the other ones. He's a bit of a tall, lanky guy. Yeah, you at this distance with people in the way, you don't see. You see a couple of different. He's got some kind of like water dragon tattoos and a couple other weird tattoos, but no visible.
I debate going over and
suffusions.
admiring his tattoos, and instead I'll just go upstairs and we'll play fetch on the deck for a little bit, even in the
Okay.
rain.
In the rain, with your good old buddy Asher, who's at this point has probably finished fishing, and is just descaling some of the fish, preparing them for.
If we're the only ones above deck, I think that dude's an assassin who's here to. He
What?
was. I don't know
all
why
right.
he's here, but
All right, but not for
What
us.
dude?
I don't know why he's here. Not for us, and not for Lucretia.
Who is this? I
Oh.
don't know who you're talking about at all.
Asher is just genuinely
Yeah.
confused.
He
I
knew
just
the
like
name.
what?
He knew the name, but when I indicated we were the same, and we were worried about the job we were here to do, he assumed that the job was to kill Lucretia.
Who is Lucretia?
Probably the sister of Zanisha.
Oh,
Probably.
It's who we're coming here to find, we think.
so we have to go kill Lucretia.
Possibly.
Maybe.
Possibly.
Probably. Though, didn't you say that she might have died already?
So, and I guess maybe she can die again.
Or maybe she didn't die at all? I don't know.
Maybe she's now undead. I don't know. Anyway, if I read that right, maybe the Assassin's Guild uses the same Sahedron mark as the brothers.
Wouldn't it be odd that the...
Kind
that
of,
the weird coincidence, wouldn't it be?
maybe.
Perhaps, but...
It's also, it could make some sense since that mark has a specific meaning.
But the important thing is he's not here to kill us.
Yeah, so
doesn't
who's
seem
he
that
gonna
way. Like it.
assassin? Who's he gonna murder?
I don't really care. It's not my
It's good
problem.
for someone.
Maybe he's not here for murder. Maybe he... I don't know anything about him, nor have I seen him. Can make no judgments on
You
his
didn't see him when he
character.
was coming on the boat, what, a few days ago?
I wasn't paying attention to that.
Oh, alright.
I was just excited to get on a boat.
I mean, you've been fishing like crazy. It's been pretty good.
I know, the only thing
Appreciate
I've
that.
seen this whole trip are these fish.
It's good. And
You
Phelan,
guys are getting
was-
soaked, by the way. It's
That's fine.
Can I have my cloak back?
Oh, sure. Sorry. I didn't get a chance to use it. I'm sorry. They were, there's so many people down there. It's really hard to sneak around.
You shouldn't start down there.
Well, oh, I'm sorry. It'd be better if I come outside and then sneak back inside.
Yes. You'd be invisible.
You know, that actually makes sense. I should have thought of that. I didn't.
That's what I thought you were gonna do.
I also thought that, but
No,
Greshy
I
did
was-
not think that.
I was thinking I would just wait down there until everyone started not paying attention to me because I figure I'm just some
She
man
just
over here in the
twiddles his
corner. Who
thumbs
cares?
like,
Well. Yeah, I missed my chance there. Sorry. That was my bad.
Oh well.
Maybe we can
Um,
ask him who he's here to assassinate.
And maybe you can ask him.
Ooh, maybe I will.
If you go down and ask him, let me know before you do so I can be on hand. Just in case.
with,
I'll
the,
offer
with our
him some
scroll.
fish.
Well,
Offer
at
him
this
some
point,
fish, ask him who he's going to kill.
Yeah.
at this
You look
point,
like a
the sunlight is dying. It is becoming nightfall, and the ship is passing over a massive lake towards what you assume is the small town of Turtleback Ferry.
I'm going to pat Gunn and put some light on his shoulder.
Like, just stick a light there.
Aye. Your right
Okay.
shoulder is now bright.
Egan.
There's a beam
getting
of
dark.
light zooming off, or off
Getting
of
dark.
his
I just want to
shoulder.
be able to see better.
You hear from the ship steering wheel. We need to get off this boat
The
because
helm?
the helm.
Jason, you didn't do your research on how to drive a riverboat.
The
I
ship's
just-
steering wheel.
I play so much Starfinder that I should remember all these words, but I'll blame everything but me. It's not my
You can
fault.
blame me. Somehow it's my fault.
It's Charlotte's fault. Charlotte
Not
didn't
quick
tell me
enough.
the word fast enough. Okay. From the helm, you hear someone shout, "Hey, cut it out with that light! Put those torches out! I can't see!
All right.
It's illegal! It's illegal to have
Oh,
lights on
You're
at
gonna
night!"
get arrested, Gun.
What's law?
get in
What the fuck is he
trouble.
talking about? All right, fine. I make the light go out then.
Okay.
We'll go back. We'll have dinner. We'll get all our stuff gathered up.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you
that's not
see
illegal.
as you come down, you see most of the other guests. They call out that they're going to be arriving at Turtleback Ferry momentarily, and the other guests are starting to gather up their things and get ready to disembark.
Not that we leave our stuff around unpacked, where people could just rifle through it while we're on the deck.
Greshy literally carries everything he has on him. basically all the
everything-
time
And everything we have.
because it's
well,
all in his
pretty much
bag.
It's all in the bag.
Sure.
Yeah. Except for
so-
like our sleeping bags, pretty much.
Right, which we would have to pack up again. But
My jars.
you're now empty jars. How many have you used now?
They're not completely empty. I have dirty water. I have 2 filled with dirty water.
Gross water,
Gross
Gross
water.
water.
trademark.
And a squid
Maybe-
eyeball. But I used up everything else.
I would really just dump that gross water out in the river. Oops.
Oh, the
Do not
fish
do
looks
that.
It would
funny.
probably-
Do not do that. We are
Yes,
not
Probably-
contaminating
let's
this
do it.
lake with your
All
gross
right.
water.
Bioterrorism. Just pour it in.
Asher, what the hell is wrong with you?
Well, you've got a mound of fish and a bunch of people disembarking. Let's see how much these fish are worth for you.
My fish.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-bum.
Asher makes some money.
It does actually.
Yeah,
Well.
you do make some money. So that was like 6 days with a critical success. Yeah. 6 days, critical success. What's your skill ranking in survival? You're an expert.
Yes.
Okay, you make
basically
3
money
gold a day for those 6 days. So it's not a ton, but you make a total of 18 gold off of the sale of the fish.
Oh,
Sorry.
considering
Oh,
Asher
that's not even. That's not correct. That's not correct. One sec. I messed
made-
up.
okay.
That was the regular amount. Back to here. I think I should. I think critical success pushes it up to the next area on the chart. What's that squeaking?
That's
I think
Kennedy.
Kennedy has a toy.
He brought it over and I threw it, not realizing he was gonna start squeaking it at me.
Well, Phelan's over there chewing on a squeaky toy.
No,
that
Phelan has caught
the-
a bird in his mouth.
I just imagined like the elderly couple like giving him one.
Oh, that's
Let's
nice. I
see.
like that too. I'll do that.
Critical success pushes you to task level +1. So instead of 3 gold, okay, it's 4 gold. 4 gold per day.
24.
4 times 6
24
is
gold.
24. Yeah.
You made 21 gold on this adventure.
Yay.
Net profit. Not bad.
Made all my money back and more.
Okay. And you
I
guys
didn't see an
disembark,
assassin.
Oh, hey, look at that.
and
too.
you're at Turtleback Ferry.
Never been here before.
Ooh.
Actually, a lot further east than I've traveled on my own.
I have also never been here before.
Same.
I don't know if I
So-
believe Asher.
You don't believe me?
You don't tell us anything about yourself.
Why would
You don't
I
even know if you
lie
have
about
tattoos.
it?
You don't even know if you have tattoos, and it's your
you
own
can
body.
sense motive on if I know about this or not. But I'm sticking with the story that I've never been here.
Remind me where we were headed with that, the other lead from the mayor.
We were heading to Fort Rannoch, which I believe is nearby someplace.
So
We can.
you guys, along with the other guests, you begin disembarking. The shifty guy disembarks first. The merchant is kind of lagging behind. She'll probably disembark last.
Good.
The elderly
Could we have
couple
Asher
is.
follow the shifty guy.
Asher's got all these fish to sell.
Selling
Well,
fish.
Oh, yeah.
The chef. The chef
Come on and
is.
carry 100 fish.
well-
I follow him with all of my fish.
Very subtle, right here.
The chef and a few of the ship crew are they know some local fishmongers who would be glad to take all this fish off of you, since it's unlikely that you need to carry that much on your own. And they offer to help you take them over to him. And they get they get like a very small cut of that profit, but that's already factored in.
Could an animal messenger follow somebody and then come back and tell you where they went?
No,
That's
they're
not how
that
that works.
complicated.
Sorry. I can tell him exactly where to go, and he will go to that place if it's within 24 hours travel distance.
Okay.
But yeah, can't just follow folk.
And the construction workers are all kind of gathering their equipment, and they kind of make a leisurely pace off of the boat and head off into the town. Asher is taken over to an adjacent dock where he's selling the fish when everyone else comes out.
Does the merchant look like they know where they're going? The merchant pair?
Yeah, they seem to. They seem to be unloading some stuff.
So they've been here before, is I guess what it seems to be.
Yeah, I mean, they seem to have some kind of business here at the very
Alright.
least.
I'm gonna try and casually ask them if they know where a good inn is nearby.
Probably only 2 or 3 in the town.
I
Um,
Even just
prefer
one.
to get the better one. And if they
The
know
merchant,
the area, they might know
the
better
merchant
one.
herself doesn't even like kind of turn to acknowledge you, but her half-orc friend looks down at you while like lifting up a big heavy crate of stuff. You want nice or you want good?
I want good.
Good. Then you probably want the Turtle's Parlor. It's right here, right behind us. And she kind of gestures with her head. If you're looking for a good drink, bottoms up, just down the road. Can't miss it. See the sign.
That's good to know.
Turtle's Parlor.
That's
a good
important.
name.
Appreciate that one.
Very auspicious.
Thanks. What are your folks selling here?
Lots of glass figurines and stuff. You know, tchotchkes and
Oh.
souvenirs. They make little turtles to sell here.
You wouldn't happen to have a long neck horse, would you?
Long neck horse. That sounds weird. We only sell turtles.
Real animals.
Oh, all right. Fair
Well,
enough.
we deliver animals to all sorts of local places.
That's fair. That's fair.
You know, every town has their thing. She
They do
starts
that.
to grab another crate.
Well, thank you for your time. What was your name?
Scarlet, she says. She hefts another. Scarlet Jawbreaker.
My favorite flavor.
If you fancy a bit of fun later, hit me up at the bar.
Ooh.
You know, I might just take you up on that.
Yeah.
Once we get settled in here, we'll see about joining you there. You take care now.
And she lifts another big crate.
That sounds like a good time, in fact. Anyway,
Let's go over to the Turtle's Parlor.
Okay,
Aye,
so
seems like a good
the whole city is just blanketed in rain at the moment. The streets are muddy. There's this kind of dour mood to the locals. You see people just kind of slowly shuffling towards wherever they're going next.
this is going to be a weird question.
Mhm.
Are there any more people that we see here with like the emblem, like more necklaces of the Sahedron?
Sure, give me a perception check.
Sure. That's a 35 total.
35. As you are as you're walking down the road, you see you catch one person hefting a large sack over their head, or like over their back. And you watch their sleeve right up a bit, and you can see a Sahedron tattoo right at their wrist, basically. Seems to just be looks like just a normal citizen otherwise. You turn and see a couple of fishermen walking away from Asher's haul of fish with their own bags of fish, and you spot a Sahedron tattoo on one of their ankles.
I'm just waiting for Jason to say, actually, every single person in this town has the tattoo somewhere.
Well, Greshy thinks that right now. He might be panicking a little bit. We're going into the inn. Into the inn. Let's go.
Right, we follow.
Okay, you guys
Yes, even the
make your
children.
way. You make your way
Newborn
into the
babies.
turtle's parlor.
The fish.
The horse,
all
the horses.
the
All the
horses have it.
horses.
Oh yeah,
All the
what are you doing with your
cows.
horses?
Mm.
They have a stable right next door. You can.
I was going to ask. I figured they would have a stable someplace in town. So
Yes, the stable price is copper per day. How long are you leaving them?
all right. Week's worth of copper. 7.
Okay.
Start there.
7 copper each.
Yeah.
I have only 1 copper left, and a lot of silver and gold.
Okay, and the 3 of you make your way over to place I forgot the name of, and I apparently did not put it on the map.
Turtle
later,
Parlor.
So I drag it. Turtle Parlor.
Turtleback Parlor.
Turtle's Parlor. There we go.
Turtle's Parlor.
The Turtle's
Turtle
Parlor.
Club.
The Turtle's Parlor.
Map
The
layer.
turtle stuff in this town. Turtle this, turtle that.
They do
turtle,
like their
turtle,
turtles here.
turtle.
You can see as you're making your way over here, there's these 2 ferries here along the north end of the lake, just beside the Magnamar ferry, and some of those have these big hollowed out upside down turtle shells with sails attached to them and like little rowing oars.
Oh, I guess you don't ride on the back of turtles for real. That's too bad. They should try and actually get a turtle around here.
Truly upsetting.
You just have to ask them
I look
nicely.
forward to.
They're quite friendly.
As you guys make your way into the turtle's parlor, you're greeted with a warmth you have not felt in some days now. It is nice and toasty in here. They've got the hearth is broiling, and a couple of people are sitting at the bar having drinks, and the innkeeper, an older human gentleman with short graying hair greets you as you come in. Oi, friends, welcome to the Turtle's Parlor. Can I be getting you? Did you just come in on the ferry?
Yes.
We did.
Ah, good. Then you'll be looking for a place to stay then.
It's true. Are there nice rooms
We will.
here?
We ain't got nice rooms, but we got good rooms.
Hey, that's good enough for me.
Let's see then. How many rooms you want? Come here, come closer.
You want 3 rooms?
Guess we'll just step up closer. See what he wants.
3 rooms. What is this?
3 rooms. All right. Let's see. How about 5 gold per room? How long? How long are you staying?
Oh, about a week.
About a week. Yeah, about 5 gold per day. That'll cover it.
Excuse me?
How good are these rooms?
I'm just fooling you. It's
I was
5.
gonna say.
It's 5 copper a day, friends. 5 copper a day.
All right.
Like this is a tourist trap and I won't be part of it.
I mean, I might be part of it if the rooms are worthwhile, but it'd be better be coming with a friend for a night at that price. Let's
Well,
see.
there goes
So
my copper.
Well, as long as you
Well,
guys
last time, Greshy, you
spend a
can't
lot of time
hire
here.
the turtles in the town to do that.
I can't. What now?
They don't.
I didn't hear what you said. Sorry.
So they don't have the turtles in this town to just hire like that.
Well, look. Sometimes you need a friend at night, someone to talk to, someone who listens.
That's a turtle.
That's a turtle for you.
Well, so you got the money?
Yeah.
Oh,
He seems a little bit impatient about the money.
I've already given the money. Here.
I
Five
just give
copper a
him.
night?
I
3.5.
5 copper a night, but if you can spare more, it's always good. I'll take 5 gold a night if you want.
I will give him far silver. Just call it good.
Ah, good. You're a good one, friend. You're a.
Same.
He kind of squints and looks at you.
We serve meals here too.
You're a yes, yeah, we serve meals here too. Yes. Those will be extra. If you want meals, another 5 copper a day.
Meals.
I'm good.
All right.
Are you sure?
I don't have to eat or drink anymore. I'll find my own food. I'm pretty good at fishing.
But everyone's got to eat.
Yep.
Come on, sir. Times are tough.
You know,
Why are
I
times
love
so tough
going out
there, friend?
early in the morning, getting a fish and getting a good fish fry on.
Sorry,
Another
Clam
course,
bake.
Greshy,
Bad.
Greshy, you said something?
Aye, why is everything so bad now, friend?
Well, we just don't get that many guests lately. It's,
On
Just
account of
rough.
cold.
the what now, sir? Sorry, what?
Nothing. Nothing. I didn't say anything.
The cold. He said the cold.
Cold.
Oh,
Aye.
the cold. Yeah, it's been a little unseasonably cold lately. The winter rains came kind of early.
Aye, that did seem a bit miserable out there. It's too bad. Anything to do with that, I don't know, that Lucretia lady dying. Did it?
He looks back at you. What do you know about this Lucretia lady?
I don't know anything about this Lucretia lady. I just hear that she died recently, and everyone's been a bit sad about that when I talked to them about it, so...
Well, I'm not the one you need to talk to about that sort of thing. Here you go. He pulls 3 keys from the key rack and tosses them down in front of you.
Take
I will take one as well. Thank you kindly, sir. What was your name?
Seston Orlandi. And what was your name? I
Oh,
don't believe
they
I
call me
caught any of
Greshy.
them. All right, Greshy.
They
Good
call
to-
you Greshy. I'm Asher.
Good to meet you. Nice to meet you, Asher.
Me.
And you, sir?
Gun show.
Gun Show.
Nice
It's
to
a
meet you.
strong name. I like it. You'll
Full
get
name
far.
in there.
Oh, and this little pup here, he's failing. Don't mind him.
So he's still in like puppy form.
Oh yeah, baby.
Well, rooms are upstairs. It's a bit late for. He looks around. It's a bit late for dinner tonight. So I'm sorry. Hopefully you
Don't
already
worry
ate.
about it. We'll make her do. It'll be fine.
Breakfast's right at sunrise. Goes on for a few hours. We'll have lunch ready at high noon. Dinner at sunset.
High noon.
Feel free to make have a nice day. We've got a few of these nice little souvenirs. He slides a few wooden carved turtles across the table. These are gold apiece. If you want any memorabilia to remember your trip to our fine town.
Ooh, perhaps I'll think about it and grab one before I leave.
Great. Yeah, you should definitely do that.
Consider it every night before sleep.
Okay. He
Oh, dear.
Behind you is the elderly couple who have been patiently waiting. And he greets them as well. What do you guys do?
We should. How late is it?
It's pretty late. It's probably like 11 p.m.
Oh, we did
Head up
get
to our
late.
rooms.
Seems like a good plan.
Okay. You make your
Do you
way
have something
to
we
your
want to do,
rooms.
Asher?
Something I wanted to do?
Aye, since we're here.
No. I'm gonna go to bed.
All right.
What would I do here?
I don't know. Have you been here before?
I haven't.
All right.
I don't know why you
I-
keep asking me if I've been here before.
All of a sudden, I'm
But
very
I
interested in the
clearly said
history
I
of
haven't.
Asher because nobody knows a goddamn thing about it,
I don't know a
including
thing
Asher.
about you, Greshy, other than you got in trouble with the whatever that man's name was.
Ironbriar?
Bear.
Aye.
Yeah.
It happened once. got into fights. It seems to be
Otherwise,
resolved now.
other than Greshy being in jail and having a fight with that man, I know nothing about Greshy. No one knows anything about Gunn.
This is also true. I don't
He's
know
over
about
here
Gunn.
just like, I'm quiet, can't tell a lie.
Well, that's the thing. If I ask him something, he's going to tell me. It's not a problem. You, on
Will
the other
he,
hand,
though?
I imagine this
Oh.
conversation is as you guys are walking up the stairs to
no,
your
we're
rooms.
literally standing right next to the old couple as they're trying to make a discussion, and we're just yelling at each other. It's great.
Walking up
He's
the
like,
stairs sounds
Greshy,
good.
I've
10
not been
gold?
here
That's
before."
unreasonable. Dear, 10 gold is normal in these days. Here, just pay the man.
Oh,
Oh no!
I don't care. I'm going upstairs. It's not my problem.
Alright, I'm gonna go up to bed too. I'm too loud and rowdy to hear this. I'm leaving.
All right.
Greshy's assuming things about me for no reason.
I'm
at all.
not assuming. I'm literally
Yes,
asking
and
you.
that's being
And I
very-
said no.
I'm literally asking if you've been here, and you say
I
no.
say no, I've never been here, nor I've
I'm
just
asking-
never been here.
That's fine.
Asher storms off in a huff towards his room.
Why would I have been here?
look at Greshy and just shake my head like,
Look, what? I don't know
He's
anything
not
about you
grilling
either. Have you
Gunn.
been here? Do you want to go do something?
I want to go sleep. Let's go sleep.
All right.
All right.
I'm going to bottoms up.
On second
I want to
thought,
meet this orc lady. She sounded nice.
Ooh, go on a
second
date.
thought, let's go drinking.
All right. Let me undo that. It's still Sunday, not the 3rd.
Sorry, I had actually forgotten that I had said, hey, maybe we'll go out afterward. And then I remembered.
Okay. So Asher is gonna hit the
Storm
hay
up to bed.
while the other two of you make your way over to Bottoms Up, the tavern next door.
I see no one
Uh,
invited me to bottoms up. They just let me leave.
We would have, except you stormed upstairs. So it's really hard to invite you when you've already left.
Come knock on my door. Oh, Asher, would you like to go get a drink? I'm sorry that I offended you by questioning and grilling you while Gunn got nothing. No.
Asher's just like mumbling this to himself in his room, pouting
Asher,
while he's
get alcohol.
sitting on the bed.
Well, I don't need to drink, actually. I need nothing anymore.
Need
Oh, my
not,
word.
want not. Okay, the two of you make your way over to Bottoms Up, the tavern next door. Inside, you see what appear to be quite a few patrons, hunters, fishermen, trappers, that sort of thing. You can kind of tell just roughly based on their individual looks. Looks like a pretty blue collar bar. There are two halflings that seem to be running the place. Male and female. They appear to be quite handsy with each other. And maybe a little bit with the guests too. But everyone's having fun. They keep the drinks flowing. And people seem to be having a good time. What do you guys want to do? Scarlet doesn't seem to be there just yet.
Oh, that's too bad. Well, might as well have a few drinks. Enjoy ourselves
Yep.
and see.
Order a few beers, make some friends.
Aye. See what's what. I will also be keeping an eye out as best as I inebriately can for more of those Sahedrons.
Okay.
Sounds like tattooing seems to be the thing around here. I was thinking more of the emblems originally, but nobody wears them.
Okie doke. Let's see. So for some ale, it's a copper per mug, or 2 silver if you want to buy a full keg. If you want
Buying the keg.
wine, okay.
Let's do it.
That's
All right. You buy a keg of their finest ale, or their okayest ale. It's
The most
called
acceptable
okay.
ale.
Well,
It's called okay ale.
And you know what? To be nice, I'm going to tell Phelan to go get Asher and see if that works. And let
Okay.
Phelan go out.
Little puppy Phelan goes
oh my god.
waddling outside in the rain.
This is bad thought. Hmm.
All right, and Greshy
Phelan turn
begins.
the collar on and off himself. Or do you
Actually,
have
no,
to-
that's a good idea. I
No.
think I'll turn the collar off as I let him outside.
How's it gonna
Wait.
get up the stairs?
He's still regular
Well,
size.
he's still
just
regular
outside the
size.
building.
Yeah. Okay, you let him outside, and how does the collar trigger? Is it
I stroke a
command
finger
word, or-
along the collar's edge, and as
Okay.
I do so, it deactivates, and Phelan suddenly gets bigger.
Okay, in a puff of leaves and smoke, he returns to his normal size, barks at you, and then goes waddling over in the rain towards the turtle's parlor. Greshy,
Alright.
mug in hand, goes back inside to the bottoms up,
Such a bad idea.
and you guys start drinking.
All right.
Let's see. So
We're going armed, but do they say anything about like leave your weapons at the thing like that?
yeah, they would probably tell you to like or like keep your weapons sheathed or something similar. Keep them sheathed, or there's a sign that says keep them sheathed.
Of course.
You
Not
see
sure
a
what
couple
they're
other people
referring
that might
to,
have
but-
weapons, but
Could be a number of things at that point.
that's true. Let's see. So you wanted to. Greshy was trying to see if anybody else here has tattoos.
Aye, might as well.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a perception.
Natural one.
You're drunk.
I'm drunk real quick. It's been a long week.
I was
Okay,
wondering
Hal.
how quick Asher was going to get drunk because he's not eaten anything, and here it's
That's a.
Greshy.
Well,
That's a very good point of order about that particular magic item.
I'll consider it and update you on that if Asher drinks something.
If he actually
Okay.
makes it. See if Phelan gets a message through.
Of the roughly 12 patrons in the bar, exactly 12. Greshy is like trying to keep an eye on them while also downing mugs of ale.
Roughly 12 as well, but
Well, exactly 12 is what I changed it to. Maybe
roughly
Greshy
12
is
as well.
Greshy has lost count of the 12. Oh, I see. Ha 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 ha.
He's
I get it. That's actually
A
pretty good. I
pint
like it.
per person.
Yes. You get lost in the sauce. Let's see. Meanwhile, at the turtle's parlor, there is a clawing at the door. Eventually, a slightly annoyed human male from behind the counter walks over, opens the door, and sees this big wet dog.
Walks
He's like a
upstairs
bit
with the
startled and like
claw.
backs up, and Phelan just kind of slips past him, or like pushes past him, stands in the middle of the room and shakes madly, wetting all of the guests. He then makes his way up the stairs. Eventually, Asher, you hear
Does
soft.
he know which door is mine?
He can smell you.
He smells you. He can smell you a mile away.
Oh yeah, I am very stinky.
You hear some clawing at your door.
That's not what I want to
This-
hear.
Scrape,
At this time of
scrape,
night.
scrape.
Like go over, and I crack open the door.
You just
Oh!
see Phelan there whining.
Phelan. I open the door to let Phelan in.
And he turns and starts walking away.
Oh,
Hey.
goodbye.
He
Like a cat.
he
I
stops
go to
at
let
the
you in.
he stops at the like the end of the hall. Like you're looking out at him. He stops at the end of the hall and turns back and looks at you.
Hello.
He walks back over towards you.
Can I sense motive on a dog?
Sure.
What do I use for that?
Just perception.
Perception, yeah.
I'm a master at perception at 33.
Hey!
You get that he wants you to follow him.
All right, give me a second. I want to get my stuff because I don't know what this is about. Why have they sent the dog? So I get
we
my
can keep
stuff.
drinking,
Ugh.
obviously.
And I go and I follow the dog. Lock
Yeah, you
my
put your
behind me.
poncho back on and head on out with your zebra print into the
I was
rain.
just about to sleep, but apparently they're dying because they sent the dog.
Phelan leads
follow
you back
Phelan.
over to the bottoms up, which luckily doesn't have an actual like door. It has like one of those saloon doors, the swinging doors. You walk on in and you see Greshy and Gunn at a table. Greshy having already downed
Passing out
quite a few
mugs.
drinks,
What
passing
was
out
this
mugs to other people.
emergency?
Oh,
This
I
does not seem like an emergency.
oh, it wasn't an emergency. I just wanted to come drink. That's why I said Phelan to go get you.
Oh. Is there anything you'd like to say to me? Great.
You want a beer?
We're curious how well you can hold your liquor now.
Now,
Well, I wasn't, but
I don't know. I don't really feel like drinking, honestly.
I mean, you don't have to if you don't want to.
I'll
I just
sit down with the beer, but I'll just like fiddle around with it.
all right. You don't have to then. Just thought you'd want to come join us.
Well, I'm here. Hello,
Well, welcome to the
everyone.
party. They're very friendly. You should say hi to the halfling couple there.
Which
Just
one?
don't let their hands get too close.
Ooh. There they go.
And when Phelan comes over, I'll bring him back to puppy size. Dry him off a bit.
Phelan actually doesn't come back over. He walks outside.
Oh, if he wants to stay
Oh.
outside, that's fine.
Maybe that's where I'll go.
Yeah,
If you want to stay
after having
outside.
led Asher in, and if Asher takes a seat, then Phelan walks outside.
All right. Fair enough. It's a bit, warm in here. Maybe he likes the cold outside. Well, what am I supposed to tell you, Asher? Do you want a beer? Do you want 2 beers?
No, I don't want 2 beers. I barely even want one. I'll just sip my beer.
Okay.
1 beer.
Well, I'm waiting to see if this half-orc lady shows back up.
Let's make some friends.
Aye. Might as well.
Okay. Are you waiting for the half-orc to show up, or are you making friends? Which one?
I'm
Or
handing
both.
out beers. We got a whole keg.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, the other people in the bar are certainly happy to get free drinks. The mood was kind
About
of
where they're
dour when you
from.
walked in, but people are willing
Livening
to
up. That's more like it.
liven up once
So we can-
you've
wait.
loosened them.
What is it? Is...
Hmm?
Group
Oh,
something or
glass-
other?
Yeah, I don't have that one.
No.
Darn. Oh well.
Yeah, people are still a bit like kind of neutral towards you, but they're happy for the drinks at least. They won't turn down some free drinks. If you want to try to talk to people in more detail, you can give me a diplomacy check.
When we have specific people come by, I'll make use of this glad hand again. But I don't have the group impression feat. I didn't get that one.
Yeah, they're all probably still indifferent to you despite the free drinks.
But I was just gonna talk to people, ask like, are they from around here? What do they do? We've just come to town.
Okay. Most of them seem to be local fishermen. Dock workers. One guy runs. He's like the morning shift for one of the ferries. Other people are hunters and trappers, that sort of thing.
Fisherman. Oh, you should talk to Asher there. He's an expert. Got so many fish on just the trip up. Probably feed your whole town for a week.
Well, there's been no shortage of fish lately. But if you're looking for a job, kid, sorry. Yeah, you're younger than me, but maybe you're not a kid anymore. If you're looking for work on a good vessel, I'd be more than happy to take you on.
Oh. Is he speaking to me about this?
Yeah, he's looking at you.
Oh, that's a very kind offer, but I have some other work that needs to be done. But thank you.
Ah, well, shame. If you ever want employment, just come on down to the docks, and I'm sure somebody will take you.
Fishing's the main industry around here. I'll ask him.
Fishing, hunting, food and
How many
tourism.
ships? How many ships on that lake every day?
Ships on the lake. Maybe 30. Well, no, sorry, that's way low. Probably about 150 ships of varying sizes. Many of them are just like small single-person vessels, little canoes and that sort of thing.
That's nice. Look, mighty fine town.
Well, fine enough. It's been a rough couple of weeks.
So I've heard, but no one seems to tell us what happened.
Probably because everybody just wants to forget. That's why we're all here drinking.
Here, here.
Here, here.
Let's all forget.
What are we forgetting again?
Anything we want to forget.
That whole business with that gambling ship. Basically, everybody here has lost someone they know.
Gambling ship? Did he say ship?
Yes.
Yeah, ship with a P.
A ship went down?
Paradise?
Yeah, they called her the Paradise. Came into town a couple times a week. Took on all sorts of people on board. We used to have kind of a bit of a booming tourist industry here. People coming around from local towns to check it out. It's a bit of an exclusive thing, but the whole thing was a bad storm a couple weeks ago, about a month ago. Took the whole thing down. A bunch of people died. It's pretty bad.
Sorry to hear that.
Well, this sort of thing happens sometimes. You just gotta pick up and move on.
Fair enough. Still, sorry to hear that. Have a drink.
Yeah.
For 12.
I'll ask someone else, or maybe ask the same guy, but I'll address a couple of folks so that anyone can answer if they know the answer to say.
Sure. Yeah, just in the process of talking to people, you can ask some more questions. Yeah.
Yeah. We're headed to Fort. What's the name again?
Rannick.
Rannick. Any word out of Fort Rannick?
One of the hunters you're talking to, the Black Arrows haven't been in town a whole lot lately. I don't know. I'd stay out of that area if I was you. Who knows what's going on up there?
No can do. We're gonna have to check on them. They haven't been. No one's heard from them. You're right. So that's why we're headed up there. See if everyone's okay.
I doubt it. It's probably something's got them. It's probably gonna get us too. It's just a matter of time.
Hey, friend, don't talk like that. We're all here. We're all living. Have a drink.
A drink. And he toasts you and continues on. Yes, very
Alright.
jolly hunter. Any other questions for the people?
I think
you've got
Greshy's a bit too
assembled?
drunk to be asking much more.
Poor Greshy.
How far is Fort Rannick?
Fort Rannick, it's oh, good question. It's just a bit of a hike up the trail.
Is it a day, a half a day, a couple of days?
I can confirm for you. Let's see. It's just about 3 miles away. Shouldn't take
Oh,
more
that's
than a
it.
day to get there. It's a bit of a hike though. It's up the mountain trail.
You cannot roll to it.
Can-
Sorry, what was that? Did you roll something?
No, I said I said
Yeah.
you could literally roll to it, and then you
Oh,
just
oh,
off
I
the
see,
mountain. I
yes.
was like, nope, you can't do that.
You can roll down from it.
Yeah.
If you were rolling to it, you might
Roll
need a little
back.
bit more force.
You'll have to roll
Um,
me upwards to it. The
Can-
party will roll me.
Can horses make the trek, or we need to hire mules?
If you got horses, it should be fine.
Great, thanks.
Alright.
Sorry, what did I say? I said 3 miles.
Aye. Is this using the right
30?
scale again?
Let me reread
30 is a bit
moment,
more than
just
3.
to confirm. No.
Might take a couple more
Um,
days.
Be on horseback and stuff.
No, the road goes north about 3 miles, and then there's a branch. Oh, sorry, then another 3 miles? Let me confirm. They didn't put this in an easy spot.
Science.
Is it on our map?
I
No,
don't
it's not
think
on
it
your
was.
map. They don't list like specific like small forts and stuff. Regardless, it's half a day's travel, maybe, if that. Like what, 6 let's say 6 miles ish.
So. Not too
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
Even on horseback, should be pretty quick.
5 to 6 miles, you should be able to get there in half a day.
You gonna be riding Phelan?
Phelan's not big enough to ride.
Phelan's not big enough, right?
No, he's not.
Ah,
Did you not see him? You just went and got Asher? Wait, where is he?
Went outside.
Greshy's gonna wander outside and look for Phelan.
Okay, Greshy kind of stumbles out of the bar. He does that thing where he like gets up and is like, whoa.
By
Yeah, he's like, "Ooh, okay."
Ooh.
Anybody else
Dar.
from the ship?
That way.
And yeah, you
Anybody
start
else from
stumbling
the
out.
ship here in the bar?
From the ship, no one else from the ship here, no.
I'm
Uh,
here.
Other than Asher.
True. Asher's here.
We could drink together, Gunn.
Oh,
Your
let's
good
drink.
friend Asher is here.
Let's get drunk.
A little bit.
Hey, Crunk, woo!
Smash, get ready to go up there tomorrow with hangovers. We'll be just like everyone else up there.
You think lay on hands could eliminate a hangover?
You haven't
I don't know,
tried it
there's been some
before.
interpretations of certain spells.
You have to eat
That's-
something greasy and
It's like
drink
remove
more
disease.
alcohol.
Or remove
You need some of that
poison.
wake up juice. It's got to have an egg and some hot sauce and whiskey or rum.
Greshy's not
Rum
here.
would be
Greshy
alright.
walked outside. Greshy's
Oh,
wandered
hi.
outside.
She's just out there like, how am I gonna fix this tomorrow?
He's wet and he's looking around trying to figure out where did Phelan go? Where's he
Uh,
at?
Give me a survival check, Greshy.
All right. How bad could that be?
Uh-oh.
Natural one.
The-
Oh, that's a 31.
Okay. It's pretty hard,
Or any
given the
impairment.
rain, but he is leaving behind some pretty meaty tracks through the mud.
All right.
You follow the tracks away from the bottoms up and out towards a small alley between some houses. And as you round the corner, you see what looks like a massive like bush, and the tracks just like end at it. It's a really big like leafy bush.
That's strange. Phelan? Where'd you go?
You start to
Starts
hear
to-
a low rumble as the bush begins to move, and leaves begin to kind of peel off of it and form a wreath around it on the ground. And towering above you stands your savage Phelan.
Oh my lord. He is
He
Little
is
cabbage bear.
very big.
Yeah, he is quite massive. He's gotten himself into a lot more mud. so much so that it's just caked his fur. And there's like bits of green, like moss and leaves all stuck throughout his fur, giving him this kind of slight sheen. His eyes are still this haunting blue glow. And as he opens them, there's like this kind of ghostly wisp from them.
Well,
And he just
that's a new
stares at
trick
you.
for you, isn't it, Phelan?
And he just kind of walks over to you and nuzzles you.
Oh,
Kind of blows me back a bit. Oh my. All
Yeah,
right.
he is now
Oh.
like twice your height.
Oh, you're a big boy, ain't you? All right. Well, I didn't think the collar was going to be quite as handy as it is, but goodness. Oh. I don't know how we're going to get you out of this. Well, I know how we're going to get you out of this alley, but when did you get so big? You weren't this big.
He just
Oh.
puffs at
So
you.
big.
at least you didn't do that in the inn.
I was wondering. I'm
All
glad
right.
you didn't scare Asher like this. That would have been embarrassing.
I couldn't possibly be scared by a very large dog. I would
This is
have
like the
only
little
been
picture-in-picture
happy.
bubble of Asher in the corner.
I would have been like, oh,
It would have literally been filling the hallway with dog.
it's both a horse and a dog at the same time.
Oh goodness. Well, I'm glad I got that extra barding. All right. We're gonna. I'm gonna reach up and kind of pat Phelan on the back bit. You know, give him some scratches, and then we're gonna activate the collar.
Okay, and he shrinks down to his puppy form again. Now he's just a
Alright.
sad, wet, mossy puppy.
Oh,
Oh,
he's so cute though. All right,
little
let's
cabbage.
we'll pick him up and put him in the sack, and then put just the hood over him, not like put him in fully, but just like kind of cover him, and we'll take him back to the bottoms up. Now
Okay.
that we found him.
You return to the bottoms up,
I love
where I
Greshy.
guess Asher and Gunn have been chugging. I don't know. What were you guys doing?
I don't know what we've been doing.
Yep.
I think that they've been trying to get information, having a drink.
Well, yeah. Here,
chatting
you guys
about-
have a little
Gunn
bit
has
of
been
time while
wandering
that's happening.
around.
So Gunn
Asher's
is
just
kind of
sitting there like,
talking to people.
ugh.
Asher is not a party person. He's just kind of sitting
I'm
there and
not.
drinking.
I don't like parties. I don't
I'm
like
trying to keep
people.
Asher involved, though.
Okay, you're kind of
Oh.
Excuse me.
you're like, isn't that right, Asher? And Asher's just like,
Yeah, don't deflect a bunch of
Mhm.
questions.
Sure.
Anytime there's anything about fish or sawmills,
Because that comes up in conversation all the time.
Fish and sawmills.
and if they don't ask about fish or sawmills, I'll tell them, hey, ask Asher about anything about fish or sawmills. He knows it all.
yeah. Any other? I'll give you guys each a question if you want to ask a question of people. Otherwise, you kind of pass the time with small talk.
Maybe actually going into backstory a bit, finding out the true kernel of who Gunn is, who Asher is.
I mean, I'm not going to volunteer that information.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I don't.
No, we
Asher's
must be
pretty good drinking.
mysterious.
There's no
Okay. We
relevancy.
We kind of look at each other and go, yeah, no.
Greshy just stumbles and is like, hey.
That's
All
not
right.
What
failing.
is
Yeah,
it
eventually-
with you two?
The conversation's kind of dying down then around the bar. People are sort of getting ready to leave. And eventually Greshy returns with his little tiny Phelan in his backpack.
He looks greener than normal. Did he roll in something?
Oh,
Like-
he was out getting a bit muddy.
Oh, a
Like-
stinky boy.
My question is that I'll ask is who should we talk to about the paradise to find out what happened?
Well, I can tell you about as much as I know about the paradise.
Well, who
But-
who owned it in the town, or who's Who went out to try and rescue the folk?
Well, it was kind of out in the middle of the clay bottom. There wasn't much coming back from that, but I don't know. Good
You don't have
riddance.
150. There's a lot of people on that, sounds like. And you have 150 ships. Did no one go out and try to rescue?
They tried. That's some people did get off, but I don't know. It's just a bunch of
Any of
Gamblers
them still
and-
around? Still in town?
probably, maybe. I don't know. I don't keep up with most of those folk.
Where
There's
can
a
we
few of
find-
them around town. You could probably ask for them. I don't know.
Where would we
Those
find-
folk.
The tourists.
Ask anybody in town. All the men were going, having fun, having drinks, gambling. That's not for me.
All the men. All right.
It's a lot of men. Just ask any old man outside of this bar, probably.
All right, ma'am. You have a nice night.
Yeah, you too. Good for nothing.
Okay, I guess
Trumpet,
we're-
Lucretia.
Town is just filled with gamblers and all sorts of awful people.
Didn't know you had something against gambling.
I don't have
Yeah, I
anything
thought
against
you were-
gambling. It's
thought
what
you were
comes
all-
of gambling.
God of luck.
That's fair. Desna. Maybe?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Desna.
Mm-hmm.
Offhand. Well, I'll look that up after.
It's surely important for Asher's backstory that we know this.
Apparently.
It's
Who is it
it's
that
not.
blesses Asher with these great pieces of knowledge and
Who
power and
is
skill?
it who blesses Asher? Who does Asher answer to? The mysteries of life.
Truly indeed. Oh,
Well,
has
Yes,
Scarlet
head-
shown up yet?
No, Scarlet hasn't shown up yet.
Well,
do
too
you,
bad.
do you wish
I
to
got
wait
bored.
around for Scarlet? Okay.
Nah.
Greshy
it's too
heads
much
off to
time.
bed. Okay.
I've had too much to drink already, and it wouldn't work anyway.
how much is left in the keg?
This keg is pretty dry at this point. Everybody's just kind of finishing
Okay,
off their
good.
last glasses.
All right, then we'll head back. Yeah.
Okay. Gunn heads back, and presumably Asher as well.
Asher's toddling behind.
Okay. And
Is
the
my
three
room
of
big
you-
enough to bring Phelan to full size in there without like squishing him?
No.
Okay. It's important to know that, so don't let him out of his farm and try and have him relax. So we'll have him stay.
Yeah, that
more
probably won't work
comfortable
in
as
that
a
room.
puppy anyway.
That's fine.
Okay, so the three of you make your way to your respective rooms, wondering exactly what is going on in this strange town. Meanwhile, many folk with Zahedron tattoos go about their business, doing things unbeknownst to the heroes, and that is where we will end the session for tonight. Thank you, everybody, for playing. Let's go this view. There we go. All right, let me update the date so I don't forget. We are going to what? This will be Moon Day, Neth the
Moon
4th.
Day.
All right,
Finally, it is.
but next week we will not be here on a Moon Day. We should hopefully be back to Toil Days.
Toil day. Aye.
Toil Days it is, I think.
Should
Unless
be. We'll
stuff
see
comes
what
up.
happens. We're
Who
gonna play things by
knows?
ear, I think.
Life is weird. The world is weird. Save your toilet paper. Get a bidet.
That's
all I got for you.
Bidet with a seat warmer because you deserve it.
It's
Or what
they're
you do is
good.
you just attach a hose to your toilet, or not your toilet, to your sink, and it'll be fine.
You do you. Protect
There's
protect
many
your
methods
assets.
of cleaning your butt.
Keep your assets nice and
Prestidigitation
clean.
works wonders.
Yeah, hire that bard if you gotta.
Hey, bards
All
need
right.
work too.
Farewell, everybody. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.